So do not adjust your set. It is not your situation. It is my focus situation because I have to talk to y'all because you're probably wondering why I was not on stream this weekend by the time this video is up. Because as you probably can't tell, I'm currently in the process of reconstructing my setup for my streaming. So this has been a new year that's going to be happening for me in the sense of it. First of all, I will be doing more streaming on my Twitch since TikTok most likely will be going kaplooey from the US in January. Um, uh, and I will be doing more test streaming within that as month as well. And I'm considering after Christmas, I'll probably do a after Christmas test stream just to be precautious on things of it. If anything, I want y'all to make sure to know that I am in the process of hopefully finally getting an official day where I will be doing like officially will be doing streaming. At the moment, I got a few things that I'm processing, working out right now. Like literally, I'm in the midst of doing that as we speak. I literally have finally a second monitor up. Many of you who were in my early test stream earlier this month, you probably saw that within my closet I had my monitor on the side there because I didn't have any place to put the monitor. I finally got an arm bar for it, so now I have a monitor set up appropriate. So now it's hidden, so you guys won't have to worry about that if anything. Um, uh, Still need to figure out the mic situation because again, I know it's a little bit hard in that. I also, as you probably can't tell, I have a camera, a digital camera that's my basically my webcam, so I don't have a older web camera. Um, I'm considering either getting a backup web camera to connect with this, or I'm going to just figure out the workings for this camera to use for my web camera as well, which is why it's kind of out of focus. Also, I apologize for the mess that I have right here because I'm reconstructing my laundry and everything here, along with some clothes that I have that I'm working on here. So you probably won't see on that case of it. I'm working on that situation as well, and along with all this stuff here. Um, but but if you're more focused on me in the sense of it, you'll notice, like I said, I'm currently working on getting that camera to work. I know I'm putting my hand up on the screen and such like that. But with this going on, I can honestly say within December, after Christmas, hopefully I will be prepared to do another test stream, and hopefully either after the second week of January, I can officially announce my streaming schedule. Now, it's going to be a little bit hectic because on one end, I'm not going to be doing much. I'm going to be doing more streaming than I was originally expected to because within this month, within the January, as I told many of you before, I don't do a lot of photo shoots within January because of the fact that this is more of my downtime, as well as I don't like shooting cold weather. And I'm in Ohio, so if you can put two and two together, our Ohio winters are brutal, in my personal opinion. My Ohio weathers, I can't endure. I'm not a cold person. So I try not to do a lot of shoots within this cold weather, except a few limited indoor shoots. Now I do know I have one shoot that I will be scheduled be booking within this month. It is a pay session that I did with a model by the name of Elizabeth Morgan, I believe her name is. I will be shooting with her in January. Now, if there will be a live stream for it, you will know on my social media. Again, I will have my Twitter up still, but I will be limited to my posting on Twitter. So if you want to catch more updates on my stuff of it, you can either go to my Blue Sky account or go to my Threads account. Those will be mostly where I am. Every once in a while, if I can, while TikTok is still here in January, I will try to do my TikTok videos on there as well. Now, depending on when that is, I don't know if many of you probably saw earlier last week. I tried to do a test stream on my on my TikTok account. I don't know if I'll be using that often because of course, the TikTok ban that will be happening later this next year. So depending on if I have the time, if anything, I might do one or two pop up streams on there. If I don't, Twitch is always the move. I'm also considering because of how Twitch is limited with some of their stuff, and to some extent of it, I am also considering as a backup plan to start streaming on my YouTube channel, which is why I relaunched my YouTube channel technically, which is when this video will be up on that channel. A lot of y'all know, I many of y'all who have been with me for the last 20 years or 10 years know I had a YouTube channel under my old alias Yoku Masaki, but I took it down because I wasn't doing much on that channel other than a few vlogs and a few things of my reviews and cases like that and information. And I just said to myself, I didn't want to get into that. I didn't want to come back to this, but now since TikTok has been now to the point where it's kablooey, I needed a place to outlet to put most of my clip work along with my videos. And I will tell you, I have never had a social media blow up on my video success of things of it like TikTok did, which is why this band sucks. I have reached 4K in followers. I've wanted that number in YouTube for years. I have never thought I would get that number on TikTok of all places. And they're not; these are not bots because I've thoroughly gone through the follows of many of those people who follow me. These are legit people who are following me. 4K follows on TikTok alone. I know some of y'all are saying, well, why don't you get the browsing deal? I've heard stories about people saying the influencer deal at TikTok is shady. So that's why I didn't sign up for it. So no, I'm not getting paid and all that stuff of it. But if I could get that same number on my YouTube channel, that would be incredible. As of right now, I don't have any plans on thoroughly doing full videos all the time on my YouTube channel, so there's no schedule. But I do know that any clip work from my streams or any TikTok clip style clips that I have that I want to post up till January will go towards my TikTok. Will go to my for my TikTok. Will go to my YouTube channel. I will also try to repost them on my Instagram as well as my Lemon8 account. Now about Lemon8, many of y'all know most of y'all have already migrated to Lemon8 since TikTok is doing the ban. So most cases, my Lemon8 account will be just for my post on any of my TikTok posts that I decide to post on there as well. So they will get it first. Then YouTube will be my backup just in case something happens with Lemon8. With Lemon8, I technically had an account with Lemon8 for my photography, but for some reason, now that TikTok owns Lemon8 or Lemon8 owns TikTok, whichever you call it, I can't really get into my account for my Jirai Media TikTok Lemon8 account. So until then, I just have my Donnie Black Lemon8 account. My TikTok for my my TikTok for my Jirai Media will most likely all that will be migrating over to my YouTube channel for my TikTok for my photography stuff, which I'm in the process of doing that as we speak. So every video from my TikTok account on Jirai Media will be integrated onto my YouTube channel for my photography, which is the Jirai Media YouTube channel. But anything vlog wise or anything that I posted on TikTok from my Donnie Black channel for my TikTok will go to my YouTube channel for Donnie Black, but will also go towards my Lemon8 account until further notice of Lemon8. Also, with my YouTube with my YouTube channel for Yoku Jirai Media, um, like I said, that is going to stay photography based. So any behind the scenes of my photography, any clip shows of my photography and photo shoots, anything that deals with specifically photography will be only on that channel. I will not talk about anything else other than photography on that channel. So if you want to just see anything that about my opinions on photography, photography tips and stuff that I'm putting out, my behind the scenes of my photography, any of my work, you want to see that stuff, that will be only on that channel. I will not be putting any photography stuff on this channel for Donnie Black. It will not be on this channel. This channel will be more anything of shenanigans and clip show stuff. This is like I said, this is not going to be morally a focused channel for most of a lot of stuff. It will probably be a clip shows for anything that of my streams and my TikTok stuff and archives of stuff. So that's what this is more of. So take it as an archive page for my videos from TikTok and my stream stuff. That's what this is. So don't expect any vlogging or any like specifically stuff down here of just random stuff. It will be just clip shows for my YouTube, on my Twitch, and my TikTok stuff until then. Um, Most of my vlog work will be behind the scenes of my photography, and that will be on my photography YouTube channel. And until Lemon8 can get content, until I can get contact with Lemon8 for my Jirai Media Lemon8 channel, I can't get access to there. So don't expect any updates on that channel until I can get my information or I can get access to that channel for my stuff. So most of my clip show stuff of my photography will go straight towards my YouTube channel until further notice. So as of right now, the Jiraiya Media Lemon 8 channel is inactive, and I'm not going to be updating my Lemon 8 of I'm not going to be updating my TikTok of Jiraiya Media, but it will still be up until further notice till the ban. um, I am using CapCut as my main my main video editing process because I feel like the desktop version is better than any of the video editing software that I've gone through. I've gone through 3 other video editing software, and CapCut is easy. The transitioning, the text, the caption, such, it's been easy for me. So if y'all never use CapCut for other than just TikTok, I would say y'all should use that. Also, Jirai Media, my podcast. Many of y'all know I still also have my YouTube channel for my podcast. I'm still in the process of updating that with my audio for my podcast as well. I'm still in the process. Apparently, it takes a long time to extract the audio from my podcast, upload it with a video as a video, and then upload the video episodes on my YouTube channel for that. So I'm in the process of getting the entire season up there. While that's done, hopefully starting February of next year, the House of Black podcast will be back active. Right now, because of current situations with today's society and the men in this world that have disappointed me in the sense of how they are doing with podcasts and misusing it as a means of power to disrespect women, I don't feel it's right in time for me to come back and do my podcast. Originally, my plan was to come back this month, and it got delayed more and more and more. And I just don't feel like I feel like me being a man with a podcast is not a good time right now, with especially what's going on in the politics and in this economy with women in the world. And I am truly a supporter of women. I am defending for women. I will support women 100% in every one of their and every single thing from them. So you do bros are gonna have to deal with it. I do not feel respect enough. I don't feel it's respectable enough to come and do a podcast return with how they is today. All these male dominant podcasts out there that are being very disrespectful to women and the way they are. That would be my phone. Uh, with how they are with women, I just don't feel right coming back to do this podcast because I don't want to be associated with these dude bros with peckers in their pants to do my podcast to express myself, because like I said before, my means of podcast is a soapbox for me to express my feelings about things, but also at the same time I also want to use it as a tool for photographers, for nerds out there in this culture and the communities that I am. I slowly want to integrate also my wrestling takes on this podcast as well. That's what this whole podcast is about. That's why I named the podcast after one of my favorite factions in AEW, the House of Black. But at the same time, I would not be remiss if I didn't tell you that with this podcast, as of right now, this society is shitty as it is. And I'm sick and tired of these male dominant podcasts that are slandering the respect that podcasting used to have with their stupid fucking takes, whether it's the Fresh and Pit podcast to the whatever podcast. These male dominated narcissistic podcasts are so fucking terrible, and I hate them so damn much. So I don't feel right to come back and do my podcast until it's settled down and it's to a point where women can be safe and such. I've had mostly women as guests on my podcast, and I think every single one of them, with the exception of one that I've taken down, and if you know which one it is, out of respect in the sense. But other than that one, every other person who have been on my podcast, my friend Stephanie Pixie, or Steph GIF, Shelby, Holly Wolf, every single person who's been on this podcast, I thank each and every single one of them for being on the podcast and taking your time to do that. And I hope to have more guests on the podcast soon. With that being said, I do want this to be a positive outlook for many people in this productivity in my work and in this community. But I don't feel it's right to do that with how heavy shit is that women have to deal with in this community because of the shitty ass men who have these podcasts and are using it as an outlet to be narcissistic. So until then, the podcast is still on hiatus, but you can catch previous episodes of the podcast on my YouTube channel, and there will be more coming that were from the podcast. And this is for a way in case you can't have any other streaming platforms to watch the podcast in, whether it's Spotify or iTunes and such, and you can't get access to the podcast. I want this to be able to be freely accessible for everyone with this podcast. And last but not least, as I said before, um, my photography at the moment, January, the end of January, I believe, is when I will be making my return to photography. I do want to use my streaming purposes to stream podcasting as well, in some cases, for my podcast and such of it. As you can see, I'm currently in the process of setting things up. This is my setup for now. The Alter Black thing will be fixed in a little bit, but I'm currently in the process of editing for my streaming source of it. And then at the same time, I also have this situation. I'm looking up Seraphim, so don't mind that situation. But if anything, I'm in the process of hopefully doing more streaming for my photography editing as well and such. So any people out there who are willing to help me and willing to give me any pointers in some cases who want to be a part of my podcasting, especially if you're from the wrestling community, the COD podcast community, the photography community, I implore you to invite yourselves to come and help me if anything you want to. This is my open invitation because me being a newly streamer, now that I have the professional setup that I've wanted for years, it took me 2 years to get the build for my computer, and now it took me a year and a half to get this full setup to finally work of it. I'm still updating more because, as you probably can see, I have a terrible light source that I'm working with, as well as other stuff that's in the process of this as well. So I'm hoping I will have a secure setup in the very future soon. But with that being said, I invite anybody from my friends in my community who are streamers, who are models, who are podcasters, and wrestling fans, cosplay fans, photography fans, who want to just input themselves in a sense of it. I do have a Discord. I will hopefully have that more open in the future. I only have a few people on that Discord as of right now, but I'm hoping in the future I will have more. Apologies, my camera stand is being wonky with me in a little bit. Like I said, I'm still updating. Hopefully I'll have my audio situation will be taken care of soon. My camera situation will be taken care of soon. Again, if y'all have any questions or anything like that, let me know. My format website, my original website for my photography is back active for now, but I will be slowly transitioning to my Square site website, which is where my official photography will be once I can get everything managed on that end. Otherwise, if not, I will have to try to see if I can pull in the funds to keep my format website. But the domain name is no longer there. I had to give up that because of the sake of money. Because owning a domain name is not cheap. It's not. But it's all in the process of things. So if anything, make sure you guys student of it. But I wanted to just give this update for y'all because again, I was supposed to do this stream Sunday, but unfortunately, it never came to be because I got busy with a lot of stuff on my end and at home because I'm getting ready for the holidays. And I was supposed to do this stream. I wanted to do one more stream before the holiday season, and unfortunately, things got the head of me. I'm busy even today with this whole setup, and then I have other stuff. I'm still wrapping my family's presents. I got four nieces and nephews. Their uncle is supposed to be giving them gifts. I got to get gifts for them. And then I'm doing some cooking and baking. I have to do a little bit later tonight. So I'm going to be busy off my ass on that stuff of it. So, and I'm not ready to do that type of streaming for that stuff yet. So if you're asking why I'm not going to be streaming that, I personally feel like that's type of stuff that I really don't like to have secure in a sense of it. So if anything, again, if you want frequent updates on stuff, I have Blue Sky and Twitter. Everything is in the description below. So hopefully after Christmas, I will be back here to do another stream for y'all. And I will be hopefully doing another test stream. And if I'm lucky, Mama Bear might be showing up because I'm trying to convince her to come visit me in my new place. Because as I said before, this is my new digs. And hopefully she'll be there to see everything happen. So with that being said, hopefully I will see you guys after the holidays. I hope you guys have a very special holidays. As much as I know it's shitty with how the world is right now, I really hope that you guys at least have a very safe, positive, and decent holiday. And I will see you back here later this week.